There is a common saying that money brings out the worst in people. I, Luna, saw that happen with my own eyes. It was my sister-in-law Jenny who showed her true face when she discovered that I had gotten a huge inheritance. I wasn't going around telling people about my wealth because it was no one's business. But my husband Sean or his brother Tyler might have let it slip to her. I can't even blame them, actually. Sean and my lifestyle had changed a bit, and we were spending a little more money on certain things. That made Jenny question what was going on. While I didn't want anyone to broadcast my wealth to the world, I also wasn't going to expect my husband or brother-in-law to lie to their sister. I thought it wouldn't matter to Jenny anyway, since it's none of her business, but that's when the problem started. She randomly came to our house and said, "I heard that you have received a big inheritance. You were so lucky, Luna. Now you get to have all the nice stuff so easily." I won't call it being lucky, Jenny. A close family member died for me to get that money. I would rather have the person back, actually. Of course. It's important to remember how you got your wealth, and it is important to share it with your family. At this point, I knew that Jenny simply wasn't making small talk with me. She had visited our house for something, and I was already dreading what she had to say. Jenny, without missing a beat or noticing my discomfort, went on to say, "So, I was wondering if you could help me out with rent sometimes. You know, things have been a little tough after my second child was born. A little help would be really appreciated." Seriously, Jenny? So now you want to openly ask for handouts? Why can't you just get a job like a normal person? We can't keep helping you all the time. How can you say that, Sean? I deserve some help from my family. I don't want to go to work. I'm fine taking care of my kids at home. Besides, I'm not going to work a minimum wage job when my own sister-in-law is rich. You are going to help me, right, Luna? It's for the kids, after all. They need a roof over their heads. Jenny knew that the kids were a soft spot for me and Sean. She knew that if she dangled her kids in front of us, we would help out. Sean was extremely pissed off at her for good reason. Jenny was actually a leech to some extent. She never worked a day in her life, courtesy of her parents when they were alive. Now that they were gone, she relied on Sean and Tyler for financial support. Tyler and Sean do help out, but solely for the kids. All she does is dangle the kids in front of them and cry about how miserable they are. She was applying the same tactic with me, and it actually worked. I stupidly ended up agreeing to pay half of their rent. I thought that would be the end of it. Nope, I was wrong. It only fueled Jenny's desire for more money. She kept asking for money or would ask us to pay for some stuff, saying that the kids needed it. Sean and I were getting tired of her behavior, and I knew I was being exploited. Still, I thought about the kids and let things be. Sean and Jenny were already on thin ice, so I didn't want any more problems there either. Well, I should have put a stop to Jenny's demands then and there, but I didn't. I finally said so to a demand of Jenny's, which then started off this entire fiasco. Jenny was nagging me to pay for a vacation to an expensive touristy city. She kept pestering me, but I said no. It was a luxury and not a necessity, so I was adamant on saying no. Plus, it was a rather expensive trip. Jenny was angry, but didn't pester after a while. I thought things were normal until the day I went on a lunch date with her. I remember that she had used my credit card to make the payment at the counter. I also remember that she was gone for a while making the payment. I didn't realize until the next day that I had a charge of $30,000 on my card. I was pretty shocked and frantically called Sean to know if it was him. He had no idea about the charges and was equally panicked as I was. Then I called Tyler because he worked in a bank and would be able to help. He did have some interesting information for me. He said, "Did you give Jenny your card recently?" "Yes, I went to lunch with her and I gave her my card to pay the bill." "Wait, You think Jenny made those transactions? I don't think Jenny made those transactions, Luna. I know for a fact that she did. She actually told me that she planned to use my money to book herself a vacation. Now, that was something I didn't expect at all. I quickly told Tyler to forward my bank statement so that I could see what was going on. Lo and behold, the charges were made for a complete trip 2 weeks from that day. Instantly, I knew it was Jenny who did it. I called her immediately and said, "Jenny, you need to tell me the truth and give me a straight answer. Did you use my card to pay for anything other than the bill at the restaurant yesterday?" Yes, I actually made a few bookings. You remember the trip I wanted to take? The one I kept telling you about? Well, I finally booked that trip yesterday. Wait a damn minute, Jenny. Did you just say that you took my card to book yourself a vacation? Is that what you're saying? Yes, Luna. How hard is it for you to understand that? I've been eyeing this trip for a while now. Finally, I got the chance to experience it. The kids would be so happy as well. You were freaking insane, Jenny. I can't believe you took my card and used it to your advantage. This is theft, for God's sake. This is ridiculous. It's a crime. Oh, please, we are family. You have plenty of money, so it's not a big deal. Stop being so dramatic about this. You should be happy for us. Absolutely not, Jenny. I'm not going to sit around and watch you go on a trip with my money. I'm not giving you a free pass. Just because you are my sister-in-law, that doesn't mean you get to book a free vacation on my dime. I was appalled by Jenny's nonchalant attitude towards what she did. Did she realize that she had committed theft and fraud? She probably didn't care at all. She thought that being my sister-in-law would give her a free pass to do whatever she wanted. And she may have thought that I won't retaliate. Well, she was dead wrong. There was no way I would allow her to enjoy my money after stealing from me. I was just going to ask her to cancel everything when she smirked at me and said, "What are you going to do about it, Luna? The trip has been booked, and it is all non-refundable. Even if you cancel the trip, you won't get a single penny back." What the hell, Jenny? You booked a non-refundable trip with my money? Are you freaking insane? Nope, I am not insane. You should be happy that I got a good deal on all the bookings. I actually saved you a lot of money this way. Now, since you can't even cancel the trip and get your money back, it would be best for you to let me enjoy it. My family hasn't had a nice trip in ages. You need to stop being selfish and share your money. If this was another time, and if I wasn't the damn victim of her schemes, I would have been impressed with her sharp thinking. However, it grates on my nerves when people use their clever ideas to cheat people or act like entitled people. Jenny was an absolute pain in my butt. I realized that she stayed confident through this conversation because she had taken steps to make sure I was unable to spoil her plans. She made sure to book a non-refundable vacation so that I can't make her cancel it. I almost screamed at Jenny and started to curse her out. I was also tempted to cancel all the bookings then and there to show her that I don't care if everything is non-refundable. It wasn't exactly about the money anymore. It was about her entitlement and nonchalance. So canceling the vacation wouldn't be of much help. I knew she would find ways to get back at me, plus I wasn't going to suffer a loss to punish her and get the upper hand. Instead, I came up with a plan. I signed into the phone and said, "Fine then, Jenny. Since you already booked a non-refundable vacation, there is nothing I can do. I guess you really did save money this way." "Ah, I see that you have finally come to your senses, Luna. I am glad you could see past your selfish nature and allow your family to enjoy your wealth too. This will definitely make you a bigger person." "I guess you were right, Jenny. I really needed to learn. Thank you so much for teaching me a big lesson. Jenny, I promise to return the favor when I have the chance." "Oh, don't worry about that. Maybe you can help me go on another vacation next year. That would be the perfect way to thank me. The conversation was becoming too much for me even after I had a solid plan in mind, so I quickly said my goodbyes and hung up the call. For the rest of the day I was fuming and setting up the perfect plan for revenge. Jenny thought that she would patronize me into letting her go. She had another thing coming if she had really thought that. I have no problem being generous, but I draw the line when someone breaks my boundaries. Not only did Jenny steal my credit card, but also showed me that she was an entitled and disrespectful witch. So I was going to make sure she got punished. Even if she was family, she was still a freaking criminal who can't be trusted anymore. When my husband came home that night, I told him what happened. Sean was shocked to hear what his crazy sister did to me. He was really worried about my money and had been stressing about it the whole day. When he learned that his own damn sister was the culprit, he was pissed. He was also very unimpressed with the fact that Jenny showed no remorse and was actually trying to patronize me into thinking she did me a favor. Sean was super mad and frustrated when he said, "This is a serious problem, Luna. I can't believe my own sister would do something so stupid and entitled. I'm so sorry this happened to you and my own family did this." "It's not your fault, Sean. I know you're feeling bad for me, but this is all your stupid sister's doing." "What are you planning now, Luna? I don't want you to allow Jenny to enjoy this trip on your dime. This is just plain wrong. I didn't even want to begin talking about the fact that she committed fraud." "Oh, hell no, Sean. There is no way I would allow Jenny to do what she wants. She intentionally booked a non-refundable vacation so that I couldn't cancel. That woman is malicious and downright crazy. I don't support her behavior at all. I have a plan in mind, but I'm not sure how you will react to it." I was a little hesitant to tell Sean about my plan. Jenny was his sister after all, and I wasn't sure if he would think I was taking things too far. But Sean was my husband, and I wasn't going to keep important information from him just because I was scared. I didn't want this incident to cause unnecessary issues in our marriage, so I told him everything. To my surprise, Sean actually thought it was a good idea. He laughed and said, "That is a brilliant plan, actually. Remind me not to get on your bad side, my dear." "You don't think it's too drastic? I'm very pissed right now, so I might not be thinking straight. You need to tell me if it's too much." "Maybe it is too much, but I don't care. My sister deserves it for being such a scheming witch. It's time she faces some consequences for her actions." "I am on board with your plan, but I want to add something to it, Luna." "What do you want me to do, Sean?" "I will do it if it's possible." "I want you to sue Jenny. It doesn't matter if you go through with your plan or not. You will still lose a good amount of money. That kind of money is not a joke, Luna. There is no need for you to let that go. Sue Jenny and get back what is rightfully yours." I had never expected Sean to say that. I was already pretty nervous about pissing him off with my plans for revenge. Turns out my husband was a step ahead of me and wanted to actually sue me. Ladies, take notes. Find a man who would stand up for you even if it is against his own family. My husband is a gem of a man, and everything he said and did that day proved it. He wasn't going to let anyone mess with me for no reason, and he definitely wasn't going to let anyone take advantage of me. With Sean's permission, I made the decision to execute my plan. I didn't have to do much anyway, and there was no preparation involved. I did inform Tyler about our plan, and he seemed amused by it too. He promised not to let it slip, and I knew I could trust him. That's why I shared my plans with him in the first place. Tyler ended up being of more help when he sent me the screenshots of his conversation with Jenny. It had solid evidence that Jenny had intentionally taken my credit card without my permission and used it to book her vacation. She wasn't remorseful at all, and instead was boasting about her amazing plan. Well, I didn't care anymore. I was glad her stupid self decided to tell Tyler all of her genius plans. It made for some great evidence that I forwarded to my lawyer. I didn't let my lawyer start the process till my stupid sister-in-law was on the freaking plane. She was pretty busy making plans and dreaming about spending my money on her dream vacation. She didn't even bother talking to me in the 2 weeks that were between the day of the vacation and the day she confessed her crime. I didn't care, since I was busy going to work and building my case against her. The day she left for her vacation was the day when I began executing my revenge. I did what needed to be done and then waited for a call that would inevitably come. As I said, Jenny called me in a panic and on the verge of tears. She said, "Luna, what is going on? The hotel is telling us that you cancelled everything. Even our shuttle was cancelled and we had to hire a car to get to the hotel. Now they're saying that our booking has been cancelled this morning." Well, they're not wrong, Jenny. The bookings have been cancelled indeed. What? You cancelled everything? Why do you sound so surprised that I cancelled all the bookings that I didn't even approve of or make? Did you really think I would let you get away with what you did? Jenny was stunned for a while, trying to process what I just said. She didn't expect me to cancel her hotel. For a few seconds she remained silent in shock, but after that she practically screamed at me in anger and said, "What the hell, Luna? How could you freaking do this to me? What is wrong with you? You need to rectify your mistake right now and rebook the hotel we were supposed to stay at." "Oh, hell no, Jenny. Besides, what will you even do after I book you a room? I cancelled all the activities you had planned as well, and I also cancelled the reservation at the expensive restaurant you had planned to visit tomorrow." "What? You cancelled all those too? How can you be such a vile and cruel woman, Luna? How could you do this to your own family?" People who steal from me and try to be entitled about it are not my family. You are nothing but an entitled leech. I won't ever support you or your family again. I am done being your cash cow after you blatantly disrespected my boundaries. "You little shit, just wait. I'm going to come back and teach you a lesson. I will call my brother. He will put you in your place." Again, I'm just returning the favor as I promised you, Jenny. Go ahead, call your brother. See what he has to say. And by the way, I cancelled your return tickets as well, so good luck coming back to teach me a lesson. Jenny started to yell at me again and said some really nasty stuff. I was in no mood to listen to her cursing me out. Plus, I didn't have time or energy for her bullshit. So I hung up on her. I knew that she would call Sean soon after and try to use him to her advantage. Sean was prepared for this talk and was actually looking forward to giving his entitled sister a piece of his mind. I had a good laugh thinking about Jenny's face when Sean would scream at her and tell her to freak off. I wondered what she would do now. She was literally stuck in an expensive vacation city right around the 4th of July. I didn't have to wonder long because she called me back in tears in like an hour. I'm not kidding when I said that she was in tears. She was crying and her tone was now completely different. Gone was her nonchalant and entitled voice. She cried and said, "Luna, I am sorry. I really should have taken your permission before using your card. What can I say? I just wanted a nice vacation for me and my family." Well, no, Jenny. You just wanted a nice vacation for yourself with someone else's money. You didn't even take the kids with you. So don't give me that bullshit, Jenny. Look, I know I messed up. I have no excuses. I'm sorry. This will never happen again. Please, Luna, just rebook everything for me. We literally don't have the money to be here. You should have thought about it when you booked a vacation way above your means. There is no way I am helping you after the attitude you showed me when I confronted you about the theft. I already told you that I made a mistake. Why are you being so difficult, Luna? You should have just helped me book a vacation since you have the money. That way I didn't have to go behind your back. You are not entitled to my money, Jenny. And you had no right to make me pay for luxuries when I already do enough for you and your kids. Say what you want, Jenny. It won't make you look any better. And I'm sure you already realize that none of your brothers are on your side. By this time, Jenny knew that her chances of having a vacation were slim. She had already called her brothers to whine about me and cry for help. True to their word, no one helped her. Instead, she got badly yelled at and berated before they hung up on her. She knew that I was her last and only option, so she called me begging. However, she still had trouble letting go of her nasty attitude, but nothing would work as I wasn't going to spend a dime on her anymore. I had meant what I said. Jenny understood that and decided to compromise. She sounded resigned and said, "Fine, you don't have to pay for my trip, but at least pay for me to come back. Hell, we can't even fly back. Please, Luna, don't abandon us like this." "Well, no, Jenny. Like I said, I'm not giving you another cent. I don't care what you do or when you come back. That is simply not my concern anymore. You can use your scheming skills to find a solution." "I will remember this, Luna. Just wait. I am in a bad situation right now, so you are making fun of me. I will get back to you and make things even. This is not over." "No, Jenny, it is not over at all. In fact, we are just getting started. But instead of planning your revenge, you should be more worried about the lawsuit I filed against you today." "What? What lawsuit are you talking about? Did you think I will bear the loss of cancelling a non-refundable trip? Of course not, Jenny. So your brother and I decided to sue you for the money you made us lose. Don't worry, you fill out everything in detail once you manage to come back. Till then, bye-bye, Jenny." Jenny began to yell at me again when I hung up on her. That woman was only good at yelling and making evil plans. I was interested in seeing how she would get out of this situation. And for the fun of it, I blocked her on my phone everywhere. I later learned that Sean and Tyler did that as well. That night, Tyler came over and we all talked about Jenny. We collectively decided not to be in contact with her anymore. We had been putting up with her horrible behavior and entitlement for ages. Now we were going to stop. We would provide help for the kids so that she wouldn't keep them away from us. But she or her husband wasn't going to be in our lives anymore. We knew that her husband supported her actions completely, so he was being cut off too. Jenny came back from her dream vacation the very next day. I have no idea where she stayed that night. I'm guessing she stayed at the airport. One of her husband's friends lent them money to book flights. That's how they were able to return. They did try to come to our house to argue with us, but we turned them away. Jenny came along about 2 weeks later to beg me to let go of the lawsuit. Her husband was talking about divorcing her because he didn't want to shoulder her crimes. He was pissed that her plans failed, and he wanted no part of what's to follow anymore. Jenny had no money to fight the divorce or the lawsuit, so she came to seek mercy. I still didn't care and told her not to contact us again. Well, the lawsuit went through and Jenny barely avoided jail time. She was put on a repayment plan and would be in danger of going to jail if she skipped any payments. She was forced to get a job because the alimony from her divorce wasn't going to be enough for her. Yes, her husband divorced her after all. He also got custody of the kids since he moved in with his mom while Jenny was homeless for a while. They lost their house since I stopped helping with rent. We still get to see the kids a lot since my brother-in-law's mom is pretty cooperative. So I got my revenge and I'm slowly getting my money back. Meanwhile, Jenny is stuck at a shitty job to pay me off, and it looks like her life would be like this for a while now.